Hello guys, welcome back to the Try Time Podcast YouTube channel. I'm Callum and here's the top 10 second rowers in Super League. Now thank you to Ldale211 for this, who commented a couple of podcasts ago requesting this. So yeah, we're doing it now and we can do all the other positions as well if you'd like. And yeah, any suggestions any of you guys do have like this for a video, let us know and we'll likely do them unless it's something absolutely outrageous. But yeah, just before we get into this, just want to say these are my opinions. You know, it's not an objective thing, it's very subjective. These are just the players that I like and who I think are the best at the minute. So I guess we'll start off with number 10, which I have got as Jack Murchie. Now, not a lot of people sort of knew what to expect from Jack Murchie when he went over to Huddersfield at the start of the season. I remember in the preview that we did at the start of the season for Huddersfield saying that it could be good, it could be rubbish. You never know with these overseas exports. But I think he's done really well. He's settled well. Huddersfield are obviously doing very well, and he's a big catalyst in that as well, playing very well in the back row. So yeah, good work from Jack Murchie. And now we'll move on to number 9, and we've got Sam Stone. So we've got Salford's inclusion in there. It's Sam Stone. I do really like Sam Stone. I liked him when he was at Lee as well, and I just think he just gives you some sort of like athleticism. He's just very good at every aspect of the game. And I do really like him. And I was absolutely amazed to see that he's only 26 as well. So I think I can definitely see him kicking on even more in Super League, and if not, going back over to NRL and being a very, very big success. And now at number 8, we've got another Australian import, and it is Tyreek Sims, who obviously kind of different to Jack Murchie. He's come over sort of at the twilight of his career, I guess you could say. People know him, you know, he's a big NRL name. He has been, obviously not recently, but in the past. Good NRL career, and he's come over to Catalans and he's done well. Catalans are a very inconsistent team, but he's done fine, and you know how good he is as well. You know, I don't think he's lit the world alight for Catalans, but I think he's done very well. Just sort of settled in all right, and he's just one of them second rows where you know what you're going to get, and you'll see on this list how there's a lot that are like that. And we'll move on to another one who I would say is exactly like that, and that's number 7, Curtis Sirenen. Now, people are divided. Like, I'm pretty certain Matt's not the most sold on Curtis Sirenen, but I do really like him. I think he offers you something. The experience from the NRL as well, similar to Sims. Obviously, we've seen him in the Super League for the past couple of years doing it on a consistent basis for St Helens. I think he's great with the ball going forward. His offload game's really good as well. Defensively, he's sound. He's just a good all-round second rower. And like I've said, when you are bringing these players over from overseas, you don't quite know what to expect. We've seen some of them be absolutely terrible. And I think Sirenen's just been very good, very steady. Kind of flew under the radar, actually. I mean, St Helens have got a collection of players that they play in that position, so I can see how he does, really. But yeah, we'll move on to number 6, and we'll actually go to the first English player on the list, and that is a player who, funnily enough, rarely plays for England, and that is Liam Farrell. Now, I was sort of toying with where to put Liam Farrell on this, because if you're talking all-time career-wise, I'd have him pretty high on this list. He's obviously coming towards the back end now. He's taking up more of a leadership role as a captain at Wigan. I think he's very underrated by England coaches in the past. I mean, it's crazy how he's not got more England appearances than he has. Obviously, that is because of Bateman and Whitehead being so good as well. But I just really like Liam Farrell. I love his unique running style. He's so good with the ball. And he doesn't do it wrong defensively either. It's not like he's only good going forward. I just really like Liam Farrell. He's at 6 because I think some other players at the minute are better than him. But, I mean, he's great. There's only so much good stuff I can say about Liam Farrell. Now, number 5. Now, this is going to be a shock to a lot of you. And I imagine not a lot of you have him in the top 5. But Matt knows this is one of my favourite players to watch in Super League. And it's Kai O'Donnell at Lee. I really like him. Really, really like him. I mean, we know Lee don't mess about with the quota spots. We know that they're not afraid to get rid of players and bring other players in. And he survived that sort of process, I guess. And he's so good. He flies under the radar for Lee. I just love his running style is amazing. The way, you know, what you want in a second row is a player who can run a good line. And he can do that. And he's great defensively, the big hits, that sort of side of it. And he's still only young as well. So it's like, yeah, Kai O'Donnell's great. I imagine he maybe not even on a lot of your top 10s, but he's 5th on mine. Now we'll move on to the big dogs, top 4, and we've got Lachlan Fitzgibbon. Now, I know a lot of Warrington fans are absolutely loving him at the minute because he's come in, and I mean, Warrington are a club who, we take the mick out of them really for it, but over the years they've brought players in over from Australia that have just not worked. It's not clicked. But Lachlan Fitzgibbon has, and they're absolutely finding it amazing, and I am too, to be fair. I think he's great. I think it's so important when you're spending that money and bringing over these marquee sort of players that they do hit the ground running, and he has done that to a T. He's absolutely done that. Unreal. Great with ball in hand, great defensively, which you've got to be to be in top 5 on this list. And I think he'll only get better and potentially grow up this list as well as the season goes on. Right, so top 3 now, and at number 3 we have got Matt Whitley. Now I think he's, for the last few seasons, been one of the most underrated players in the whole of Super League. He's obviously got that move to Saints and started this season on fire. I think he's great. Again, the running style, it's amazing. He's defensively amazing. Scores tries. I just think he's been a revelation. And I know Saints fans are loving having him as well. I know Saints fans at the minute are kind of finding faults in a lot of things at the club, but I don't think that he's one of them. I think he's a great signing. And yeah, just absolutely love him. And now we'll go on to the top 2. So these are the top 2. And this next one, Matt's going to be happy, and you Leeds fans as well are, and that's, of course, Reece Martin. Now, he's the only one on this list where you kind of take another thing into account because his goal kicking is so important for Leeds, and obviously we don't know what they'd do without him there. They might have someone there who would do it and do a great job as well, but I think that's an important thing. But as well as that, Leeds are such a bad team without him. I'm not even joking. I think he's arguably Leeds' best player. I think he's Mr. Consistent. He obviously gets shipped around into centre and all other different positions. I think he's great. Best position is the second row because he runs good lines. His offload game's amazing. And he's defensively great as well. I think, again, I can see why he's sort of the talk at the minute is about him going back to the NRL potentially in the next year or so. I think he's good enough, honestly. I think Reece Martin's great. And now we'll move on to number 1. Now, I don't know if people will expect to see this player at number 1. And he's actually been given this season the number 8 jersey, but he has been playing second row. And it's Mike McMeekan. And I think, wow, what a player. Again, he's one of them where, I mean, we don't know what will come for England in the next couple of years, but I imagine he'll solidify his place. He's been in sort of the squads and stuff recently, you know, like the World Cup and stuff. But I think now is his time to solidify. Because Mike McMeekan is at the top of his game right now. And some of them other second rowers are on the way down, on the decline with age. Mike McMeekan is amazing. He's playing prop and he's absolutely great in that position as well. But his primary position is second row. And I think, honestly, Mike McMeekan is great. Obviously, the rumours are that he's going to Wakey next year. What a signing if so. Obviously, it'll be on marquee money. And he deserves it. What a play. He was great at Cass, great at Catalans. And I imagine if he does go to Wakey, he'll be great there as well. So yeah, there we have it. They are my top 10 second rowers in Super League. Let me know if there's any I've missed. I know there's a few that I've not made the list that you probably wanted to see on here. And yeah, let us know what other video you'd like us to do. Would you want us to do top 10 loose forwards? Any other positions you'd like us to do, and we can do that. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.